Now back to Inside Real Estate. Here's Mike the Realtor.
How we doing, folks? We are back. Inside Real Estate Radio. Mike Kruizinga here. InsideRealEstateRadio.com is the website. And time to get into a little bit of PermaPure foundation repair talk. We've got our good friend Phillip Sears here live in studio. How we doing, Phillip?
I'm great, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. What are we going to talk about today? There's so much to talk about when it comes to foundation repair because there's so many things that are going on out there. People get so scared about it, but we're going to give them, the real 411 on it.
Well, since I've been dealing with it a lot lately, I thought we'd talk a little bit about the builder's structural warranties.
Okay.
So just to give you guys a little bit of context, this is a warranty that's issued by usually third-party companies on behalf of home builders, and basically it's intended to insure against foundation issues during the first 10 to 12 years of your home. But the reality is that these warranty companies, they stay in business by denying claims. So they're a little bit, it's more difficult to deal with them than most people think when they initially get into it.
Right.
And I was talking to you a little bit before the show, spoke to a realtor who does business with us, and she's got a home that she purchased 3 years old and still under the builder's warranty. But she's seeing some vertical cracks showing up in her brick wall. And she showed me pictures, and it looked pretty bad. But it's not foundation related. It's just an error in the builder's construction. So they just didn't install expansion joints where they should have. And if you don't know what an expansion joint is, basically if you're looking at a house, most often you see these on a long brick wall.
Right.
The expansion joint is basically they'll lay the brick, cut a vertical line, crack in the wall up and down all the way through, and then they use a filler in between. And the purpose of that is to allow the wall to flex and move because the soils in North Texas are always shifting.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's natural for, us to have movement with our homes, and it's why, we were built out, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, most of DFW was. And those homes mostly did not have expansion joints. It wasn't a common practice during that time. And so that's why we see so much foundation repair, because we see those brick cracks with those. And it's just over time, the settling gets so extreme. A lot of water management issues that we don't deal with. But the newer construction, it's been more common practice to have that expansion joint. And for this home only being 3 years old and it not having them is a little bit odd. So
I think it goes straight back to the builders.
Yeah. Right.
And I mean, Mike, you know this. Let's think about the state of the market right now.
Yeah.
It's low inventory, and there's more people looking for homes than there are homes that are built.
Yeah.
So there's every incentive in the world for builders to just build as much as they can, as fast as they can. And, as a result, sometimes there's errors in construction that shouldn't happen, but they do. And people get hung out to dry. The homeowners do.
Yeah, and something for people to think about as well is, they're starting to look at, existing subdivisions where there are holes already, where there's some lots still available. They're going in and buying those lots, or subdivisions where there's some older homes and they're knocking those down and putting in a new home. You got to watch out who's building those homes, because, something like this could happen where, look, it's a common practice to have that expansion joint, on those brick walls now, and to prevent some of this. And then for a house just being built, not have it, that's something you want to watch out with. And that's why, and this is just another, plug for realtors, is a lot of people don't use a realtor for their new build, and they don't understand that they can use a realtor.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, they should use a realtor.
Absolutely.
You don't have any cost to you as a buyer to use a realtor to help you facilitate the process with a builder. Some builders, may say that, you don't need one, but it's because they're going to try to keep those dollars
and
in.
And the builders write those contracts
in-house
themselves.
Exactly. So, but it's nice to have that realtor help, look over
an advocate
the builder's
for your
shoulder.
home buyer.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Now, just to go along with that, I mean, we talked about the shifting soils of North Texas.
Yeah.
The metaphor that I like to use is it's kind of like building your house on top of a sponge. So weather's wet, the soil is going to absorb that moisture and expand. When it dries out in the summertime, it loses that moisture and it contracts, and that's really the reason we have so many foundation issues. It's moisture.
Right.
It's either a lack of moisture or too much moisture, and the way the soil responds to it. So it's unfortunate that people buying homes that are 3 years, 5 years old, and they're having foundation issues. But these warranties that builders issue, I mean, there are definite upsides to it. Basically, potentially, you could get your entire home fixed, the foundation fixed, and pay nothing out of pocket.
Right.
I mean, you're kicked out of your house for 3 weeks, and it's very invasive to do that. But at the end of the day, it'll stay fixed, because the way these warranty companies pay out their claims, they don't want to have to go in and fix it twice.
Right.
So what they'll do is pay for a foundation repair company to do a full underpin, and that basically just means a full repair of the house, where we go in and put in piers all around the perimeter of the house, and then we'll do breakouts or tunnel underneath the home, and then do interior piers as well, which is why I say it's very invasive, especially if you have to, get a jackhammer inside the house, bust open the slab, and put a pier underneath.
Yeah, gonna make a mess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You probably don't want to be around while that's happening.
Yeah.
Be a little traumatic.
My home.
Especially if you got those nice hardwood floors and they're getting ripped up.
Right.
Yeah, people don't tend to like that very much.
Yeah, just see that jackhammer in your house, debris flying.
A little bit scary.
A little bit.
Yeah. Those tunnels, too, that can be scary, too. I don't know. I see a lot of foundation repair job sites. I'm sure most people don't.
Right.
But they'll get in there. These guys, our crew guys, they'll get in underneath the house with just a shovel and dig out these tunnels by hand. And that's basically the alternative to getting that jackhammer inside your house and doing a breakout.
Yeah.
So when you're doing a breakout, how do you replace the wood, or do you just go to the manufacturer how do you do that?
So the flooring is going to be replaced under that warranty as well. So basically, if a claim is paid out, they're going to try and get it as close to the original condition when the homeowner purchased the house.
Right.
So they'll go ahead and replace the flooring and basically anything else that gets damaged. It's just that the by far the most expensive part of that claim that they're paying out is going to be the foundation repair itself.
Right, that repair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the big thing is, if you can get the warranty company to pay for the repair, and if you can get it, then it'll get done, and it should get done right, and then they've got to put everything back to normal.
Now, it's a big if.
Yeah.
Because another thing about those warranty companies, the criteria that they use to judge a foundation and the state of that foundation is not what a structural engineer would use. It's actually far and away they're looking for a much more severe problem than an engineer would basically be looking for. So an engineer might recommend an engineer might recommend doing a repair on a home that a warranty company would not. Most often I hear this all the time. You get a homeowner, file a claim with the warranty company. They'll come out and do an inspection, and then the warranty company will say, it's moving around, but let's keep an eye on it. We'll come back out in 6 months or a year and see where it is. And to be honest, I think it's kind of a stalling tactic, just to kind of wear down people and trying to get them to maybe not pursue it as vigorously as they otherwise would.
Yeah, just push it down the line.
For sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That, the warranty companies, obviously they're in business to make money, and they do. There's some good ones out there, and they take care of business. They take care of their clients. But at the same time, but you're right. You get an engineer out there, and the engineer may say it's failing. But the warranty company almost wants beyond a complete and utter failure. Where the house is literally heaving out.
Oh yeah,
up outside of the ground. And
there's definite hot spots as well. So just to give you a few examples, Carrollton, Louisville, Las Colinas is really bad. West Frisco, actually, like west of the tollway, done a lot of work out there. So I mean, a lot of it depends on your zip code, the soil type that you have, and to be honest, price point. So larger homes, more expensive homes tend to be better engineered. So we don't see as many issues, but you get your 3-2 ranch style, 1,800 square foot house, or maybe a little bit less than that. And we do a lot of work on houses like that of that size.
Right. Yeah, because your quality level. Absolutely. Well, folks, I mean, we are starting to see building go up, throughout the Metroplex. It's far more in the commercial, and the luxury range, but as they're starting to build more middle-class homes, middle to upper-class homes, the ones that are building out and they've been around a while, I mean, they've got a standard, those are usually fine in most cases, but a lot of the ones that are being built that are kind of independent, one-offs here, one-offs there, smaller builders, There's a lot of great builders out there, but you got to really watch it. It's just a great point to make sure you use your realtor for a new build, because they're going to help you if they're worth their salt. They're going to help you go through some of this stuff during the building process and give you questions, and help you and ask questions of the builder. For sure. For all of your foundation repair, folks, if you've got visible cracks in the brick outside, even if you've got visible cracks in your sheetrock and you have questions about that, just questions about it. You guys go out to free consult. You guys come
Absolutely.
out. If you got those wedge cracks, in the foundation, or you're seeing obvious, shifts where you've got some humps or valleys, anything like that. Permapeer Foundation Repair. They are the go-to company in all of the state of Texas. Permapeer Foundation Repair, permapeer.com is their website. Good stuff, Phillip. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, we're going to take a short break. We'll see you on the other side.